So somebody sends me a video of a bunch of black people breaking into a car dealership. Well, I had a lot of things going on, but I thought, I think I saw one of those a couple days ago. So I'll just do a video of two of these put together and go, hey, look at this trend. But I couldn't find it. So what I do in these situations is instead of, looking for a long time on my where I stashed it on my computer, I just go to Google. I type in car dealership theft, teenagers. Look at I can't even tell you how astonished I am at what we found from the dozens and dozens of recent examples of large groups of black people breaking into car dealerships all over the country, stealing the keys, stealing the cars, and doing God knows what with them.
Gina, now this is not some type of amateur theft ring we're talking about here. These guys are very elaborate and they're very well planned out, and they're not going after economical cars like this Honda Civic. They're going straight for the luxury. They work fast and furious.
This is something a lot more than just your typical, I'm going to go steal a car.
Getting away with high-end cars in minutes.
This is more of a hit.
The latest high-dollar heist, Texas Auto Direct off the Southwest Freeway in Stafford. And their plot was something straight out of a movie. Police say Friday night the thieves baited police and got in a high-speed chase.
HPD followed them all the way up to Bel Air before they lost them.
The plan worked because meanwhile the rest of the gang was at the dealership.
They rammed a truck through it.
The dealership has overnight security and
all of our cars are secured with these lock boxes.
But that didn't stop them. Somehow the thieves are getting the keys out of the boxes. They drove off with several cars, including this brand new red BMW and this souped up truck.
We're searching, we're down, we've accounted for all but the last 30 or so of ours. We've got about 3,000 cars here on our lot.
The cars are nowhere to be found. The suspects tonight still on the loose, but
we're out to find you.
Back here live at the dealership, there's been some changes here. Take a look. It's going to be hard for anyone to drive a car or a truck through here. Today they installed these beams right here. They also have some cameras that they put here where the gate once was. Now, police believe these thieves are stealing the cars to sell the parts. But tonight there is a $10,000 reward for anyone who comes forward with information that leads to an arrest.
A line of people sneaking in a line of cars, driving out car after car driven off of a Florida lot, and they didn't pay. Surveillance cameras rolled on the Grand Theft Auto as those 8 vehicles sped away.
The entire operation took just minutes. 7's Lorena Estrada explains what happened.
Signs warning that multiple surveillance cameras were rolling did not stop a group of 10 young men from busting through the front windows of the Prespa Auto Sales lot in Tampa early on Friday morning.
Not really sure why they picked that time specifically, but I can tell you that certainly under the cover of darkness, more crime can occur.
Crystal clear surveillance video shows the men busting in, rummaging through the drawers until finally finding the keys to 8 cars. Once all of the suspects have their own pair of Hot Wheels to steal the stolen minivan they all came in, rams the gates, allowing the group to get away.
Anything that they can do to reinforce their business and make it much more difficult for the bad guys to come in and take cars is certainly things that we would encourage them to do.
In light of this bold theft, police now urging car lot owners to take extra safety precautions.
Well, it just doesn't seem right that a lot of cars are exiting a car dealership at that hour. Certainly call us.
New at noon, 5 cars were swiped from an Ocala dealership. Was it an inside job, or did the thieves just know where to find the keys? West 2's Brett Connolly has more on the early morning heist.
It's just before 5:30 last Saturday morning, and these guys are sauntering around the building, faces covered, scoping out VW of Ocala while bright lights shine down. Then the ringleader in orange shorts cracks the glass to the door at the service department, but it takes more effort. He directs the group to the side and pulls out the bottom. The inside surveillance video shows 6 men pour into the dealership, but they're not gone in 60 seconds. In fact, they take their time, about 20 minutes, appearing to indicate no sounding alarm system. They pull out a display case valued at $300 filled with watches and sunglasses. They grab keys to 5 cars, the headlights turn on, and out the complex they go. along with a loss of more than $100,000. It took the dealer more than an hour to find out, only realizing after the first employee showed up to work. Police say the group originally arrived at VW in a stolen car before ditching it in a nearby field. And authorities did recover at least one of the stolen cars from the dealer after it crashed in Orlando, but the driver left the scene.
We just heard a big bang.
Now all that's left of the crash that caused it, debris and tire tracks.
Oh yeah, they totaled the new car.
Jeff Noble says what may have been even more jarring than the crash itself, seeing his neighbor, the owner of the vehicle that was hit, essentially detaining one of the suspects waiting for police.
Car wrecking, the guy holding the guy down on the ground.
Police arrested a 16-year-old for operating the vehicle without owner's consent. The car, a gray Honda Civic, had been stolen from a car dealership less than 24 hours before.
Well, this recent rash of break-ins into car dealers to take keys and steal cars is new in the last week or so.
Police Chief Ed Flynn says the bigger problem has been going on for the past 2 years. Juveniles stealing cars at an alarming rate.
There are people in the last 5 months we've arrested 4 times already for being in a stolen car.
And in many cases, it ends in a crash.
It's a serious crime. It's committed by immature people.
So as they continue to make arrests, 4 so far in the recent dealership incidents, they call on dealerships to take their own steps.
We just urge everybody who's got a car lot, take steps to lock down those keys and make it impossible for them to steal them.
New at 5, nearly a dozen luxury cars driven right off the lot in Delray Beach. Mercedes-Benz, Infiniti, Porsche. News Channel 5's South Palm Beach County reporter Charlie Keegan spoke to police on the lookout now for those cars.
When the guys came into work Saturday morning, they say this gate was off its hinges, but someone had broken into the office where they got the keys to 11 cars, which were missing from the lot.
I just make sure that the inventory is here.
Raymond Agacoli keeps track of all 230 cars at Delray Auto Mall. Now he wants to know how 11 of them disappeared.
They have to be organized to perpetrate something like that.
This Porsche, an Acura, 7 Mercedes, sedans and SUVs, all gone. Cars worth more than $350,000 combined.
They probably had a whole crew, which would be quicker.
Authorities found 2 of the cars in Broward County.
The bumpers all scratched, the lights are pushed in.
Agacoli says this Hummer was probably used to bust down the gate.
This was found later Monday night.
Today, crime scene technicians on scene checking out this recovered Mercedes. Police tell us detectives are investigating several possibilities.
Could it be an inside job? Sure, that occurs to them. Other people who are actively stealing vehicles all over Florida, they look at those people.
Agacoli says he has trust in the police and his employees.
We're a tight dealership. I don't think the current employees would be involved in a horrible situation like that.
What started as a potential sale quickly turns into a Hollywood heist without anyone realizing. Watch as these thieves snatch up this $50,000 Jeep SRT8, driving off the lot undetected, minutes after the salesman had just showed it.
I mean, obviously the way it was done, I think that they were professionals and I think they knew what they were doing.
General Manager Joe Tufo at Arrigo Jeep says while the salesman showed the vehicle, in just seconds, the keys were switched for an identical pair. Moments later, the once potential buyers unlock the Jeep, hop in, and take off without spending a dime.
The fact that they, did it in broad daylight and switched the key fob, was like it was nothing. Yeah, that's what makes it unique.
It's always something new. It's, I've been doing it, like I said, 12 years, and from the time I started till now, it's always something new.
Auto theft detective Darren Brown with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office says key swap thefts are the future. What's rare, having surveillance footage of it.
That's one of the least things they put in a car dealership is security cameras.
Police say these 4 suspects went at it. They hit 3 different dealerships and got away with 2 different cars, but that wasn't even the worst of it.
I was angry because it was so immature. These 4 thieves were on a mission.
For these suspects, it was breaking into car lots.
Lafayette police say this group of guys went on a 6-hour crime spree Friday morning. They hit lot after lot after lot, all 3 within a mile from one another, and all had cameras recording the crimes.
They smashed front windows and entered the business.
At Big Deal Autos, you can see one of the guys here throwing a rock through the front window. The thieves got away with a TV and computers. And just down the block at Lafayette Auto Sales, detectives say they took more of the same.
These are pretty small car lots, so when they lose one car or two cars, that's a significant loss in property.
The worst of the damage was here at Union Street Auto Sales. Dawn Greer shows us video of one of the guys using a rake to bust in a side window. The group was after much more than just electronics.
All of the keys. Even a key to the lawnmower we had out back.
The thieves stole 35 sets of keys. Keys to every single car on the lot.
We were basically out of business Friday. Everybody that came in, we had to turn them away and say, I'm sorry, we don't have keys for you to test drive.
More surveillance pictures show one of the guys creeping around a car, and then in this video, the thieves were able to match up 2 sets of keys with 2 sets of wheels. You can see the car start up and then take off.
13 cars stolen on 2 different nights this spring in Grifton. Now 4 teenagers face felony charges. The Pitt County Sheriff's Office says the cars were stolen from Reeves Auto Sales off-site car lot. The company says 7 cars were taken May 9th, another 6th on June 4th. WNCT's Tamara Scott spoke with the dealership owner on how he hopes to prevent further thefts.
Charles Reeves has put in 12 years of hard work at his family car sales business. When he got wind someone stole from him, there was only one emotion.
Well, I was mad.
4 teenagers now face charges for stealing 13 cars off of one of his lots.
One of them lived right down the street.
Surveillance cameras are rolling as crooks allegedly use stolen identities to go car shopping. 2 people have been arrested in connection to this case, and police are still searching for others. CBS 4's Gabby Fleischman joins us now live from the dealership in Hialeah with the story you will only see here on 4. Gabby.
Rhiannon, the dealership's owner tells me that they had 2 cars stolen within about the span of a week, and they say it was by women using fake IDs and someone else's social security number. This is actually one of the cars that was stolen. Fortunately, they were able to get it back after an arrest was made, but they are still looking for that second car. The owner is asking you to take a look at some surveillance video to see if you can help them find the person responsible. Surveillance cameras capture alleged car crooks shopping around for a steal.
I felt very tricked. It's terrible.
Employees at the Connection Motors in Hialeah say a woman and a young man came in on December 11th looking to buy a pre-owned car.
When we checked their credit was outstanding.
The woman got a zero-down deal and drove off the lot with this black Infiniti. Just 6 days later, another alleged scam artist, along with a young woman and 2 children, came in for a Cadillac. The paperwork, the social security number, it all checked out?
Everything checked out. The pictures, they looked all legit. Everything matched perfectly. The hologram and all, everything was to the T.
It wasn't until they were gone that a manager noticed a fraud alert on the credit check. Turns out the women in both cases, according to the dealership, had used stolen identities and fake IDs.
I'm astonished. I couldn't believe somebody would actually go through with that so calmly and so family-like, and it's terrible.
One of the women actually came back the next day to complain that the key's battery wasn't working, so one of the employees told her to wait a minute while he got it fixed and called the cops. 38-year-old Miss Kay Smith-Gray was arrested and is facing charges for grand theft and organized fraud. The man with her at the time of her arrest, 35-year-old Corey Wilson, was also taken into custody for unlawful possession of IDs. Investigators are still trying to track down the woman who took off in the Infiniti. Police have not confirmed if the cases are connected, but employees say based on how the heist went down, they believe the people involved are working together.
Crooks with the need for speed are targeting showrooms in Brevard County. Take a look at this surveillance video inside Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Titusville. You can see 7 guys break in and run through the dealership. Police say they took 6 keys and drove off. What's not shown on video is them doing the same thing at the Ron Norris Ford dealership the next day. They stole 3 cars from the lot there. Titusville police were able to eventually locate all 9 of the stolen vehicles. The men are still on the run, though.
tonight, police are warning of a new crime spree. Car dealerships are on edge after their inventory vanishes. All the crimes are caught on camera. Fox 6's Ben Handelman with the incredible video tonight.
Car dealerships are used to seeing cars leave the lot, but not in 4 minutes.
They broke in through one of the windows and proceeded to take a new F-150 right off of the showroom floor.
Uptown Ford Lincoln owner Glenn Pentler is sharing amazing video. He calls the crime a new epidemic.
I think it's somewhere around 6 to 8 dealers that have been, so to speak.
The car was later found ditched on North Avenue in Milwaukee. All over the greater Milwaukee area, dealerships say they've been targeted.
Yeah, here, then, is then, okay?
In Milwaukee, at Integrity Auto off First Street, each day this week has come with news of one of their 6 stolen cars. They, too, captured the thieves on surveillance camera, arriving early Sunday morning.
I got surprised why they do this.
Many of the cars have been found abandoned on Milwaukee's north side. The store says 3 teens were arrested in one of the cars in Oak Creek. The latest news, one of the cars was recovered totaled in a crash Wednesday. No driver found inside.
I feel like it's scary. You know, how am I going to put my cars right here? It's not safe right now.
Dealerships across the area are changing security measures. Police are adding patrols.
I hope the people learn. They don't do this anymore.
The dealerships hope these videos lead to tips and an end to this recent trend.
Covered some of those stolen luxury cars. Night Beat's Joe Vasquez found out the thieves apparently went through a lot of trouble for nothing. Joe?
Investigators say that the thieves used a similar pattern every dealership they hit. They would break in, steal the keys, and then use the fob to identify which car they were going to steal. As we reported last night, Audubon Motors here in Belmont was one of 3 victims of these car thieves. Now we're hearing there may have been even more. 18-year-old Mufasa Halsey and 19-year-old Marquise Banks, both of Oakland, are now in jail. Police say the men are responsible for felony thefts at 2 car dealerships in the city of San Mateo. Could the 2 teenagers also be part of this organized group of car thieves that stole more than 20 cars over the weekend?
They use the fob to locate which car it's flashing.
Police throughout the Bay Area are now comparing notes to see if the cases are related. As we first reported last night, the Formula One dealership in San Jose captured the thieves on surveillance video. 7 men broke in and went straight for the key box.
They're not concerned with getting caught. So these crooks are probably, they're probably pros. They probably have done this more than once.
All of a sudden, we just heard a startling crash.
A car off the road and on fire.
Once when the car hit the phone pole and the other when the phone pole hit the ground. And then when the wires came out of the house and hit the cars. So it's, it all takes place in a matter of a second, but it's very startling, loud.
The car came from Walt Sweeney Ford. Police say 2 teens stole it, slammed into a utility pole along Sydney Road. The teens bailed from the car and were arrested.
Florissant police say 6 suspects hit 6 auto repair shops over the last 2 months. Their targets always car keys and cash, and they managed to steal a total of 8 cars.
They came in right here. That glass is brand new.
Owner Richard Cox had his security cameras rolling when thieves hit the Danmark Tire Center in Florissant. The suspect came prepared with a flashlight, at one point helping police out as he lit up his own face, clearly in search of something very specific.
There was some stuff that, worth a lot of money that they just looked right over. They were just looking for keys.
And Cox's business wasn't the only one. Florissant police say 6 suspects hit 6 different auto repair shops across the area, always in search of car keys and cash.
Oh, we got broke into.
The suspects range in age from 17 to 18 years old. Between them, police say they stole 8 cars from the 6 businesses, and there may be more.
There are other police departments that are looking at them for similar burglaries and thefts in their areas, as well as Illinois is looking for them as well.
They are dubbed the ultimate driving machine, and apparently the look, feel, not to mention value of German engineering was too much for a suspect or suspects. According to the Darien Police Department, very early Thursday morning, someone burglarized the BMW of Darien building on Ledge Road and then went into a gated lot and stole 6 cars, 5 SUVs, and 1 sedan. The value of the automobiles is estimated to be somewhere around $400,000.
6 cars were stolen from a Brevard County dealership in West Melbourne. It was a crime that police say was caught on camera. West New's Dan Billow shows us how it all went down.
A few hours after the brick smashed through the window, in came a bunch of thieves, one at a time, at least 7 in all, but maybe as many as 12.
It's scary to see that there was no fear, that they were on the property for about 45 minutes.
The thieves started trying keys and key fobs to see which cars they matched. There's still some broken concrete from where the first stolen car was driven right through a fence. That fence was right here. In a while, 6 cars were driving away from the car guy's lot on 192 in West Melbourne.
It's a small family business, and this hurts us, 6 cars and countless keys scattered.
Police began finding the cars this morning in various states of wreckage. This one totaled. Locksmiths are trying to restore the keys to the rest of the cars on the lot. But police have identified one possible suspect from a frame in the security video. Social media have circulated the photo all around West Melbourne and Melbourne.
Was anybody keeping track of how many dozens of dealerships have been hit by large groups of black people stealing keys, stealing cars? I lost count. There was, I did see one example, 2 white kids doing that. I think they just stole 1 car though. Anyway. Regardless, I don't know why I don't know why somebody hasn't told the car dealers that, hey, there's something really wrong going on in this country and you got to start paying attention to it. Oh, by the way, what's getting hit even more than car dealerships? And I was working on this video a little while ago, but I let it go. I have to go back to it. You know what's getting hit more than car dealerships? Gun stores. So next time you go buy a car or go buy some ammo, ask the guys in the shop what they did to make the black kids angry.